line with Iran as President Obama urges the pact will prevent a nuclear bomb.
All news, all the time. Southern California's only all-news radio station. The World News Roundup is now sponsored by South Bay BMW Mini. KNX News Time is 7 o'clock.
Rolling Stone retracts gang rape story.
Reporters and editors had multiple opportunities to verify the details, and they didn't.
President defends nuclear deal.
Iran will not get a nuclear weapon on my watch.
Two to tangle for college hoop crown.
Duke's gonna win.
The Badgers are going to win.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. Rolling Stone magazine has apologized and has issued a retraction of its explosive article last November alleging a gang rape at the University of Virginia, a fraternity there. Police found no evidence to support a case last month, and now a Columbia Journalism School analysis finds reporters and editors of the magazine failed to verify the account by a woman identified as Jackie. CBS's Juliana Goldman is on the UVA campus.
The report says Rolling Stone set aside or rationalized as unnecessary essential practices of reporting that, if pursued, would likely have led the magazine's editors to reconsider publishing Jackie's narrative so prominently, if at all. The most consequential decision was that Rolling Stone didn't contact three friends whom Jackie said she had spoken to the night of the alleged assault. The report's investigators say the article's author, Sabrina Rubin Erdely, did not provide Phi Kappa Psi, the fraternity in question, with enough details for them to investigate the allegations and properly respond. It says Rolling Stone did not do enough to identify Jackie's alleged attacker.
Rolling Stone says it won't fire anyone responsible for getting the story into print. Now to Boston and closing arguments in the Marathon bomb trial. CBS's Heather Bosch.
Both sides in the trial of accused bomber Johar Tsarnaev will get a chance to sum up the evidence.
Prosecutors are going to point to the mountain of evidence they presented against Tsarnaev and say, listen, there's no reasonable doubt that he was involved in one of the great terror attacks on domestic soil in American history.
CBS News legal analyst Andrew Cohen predicts the defense, anticipating a conviction, will keep their closing arguments brief. He believes they're focused on the penalty phase of the trial, when they'll likely be trying to save Tsarnaev from the death penalty. Heather Bosch, CBS News.
The defense in the murder trial of former NFL star Aaron Hernandez is expected to make its case today in Fall River, Massachusetts. Just one witness expected. The jury could get the case as soon as tomorrow. President Obama calls it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity as he defends the framework deal with Iran on its nuclear program. He tells the New York Times it's the best way to keep Iran in check.
What I would say to the Israeli people is, however, that there is no formula, there is no option to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon that will be more effective than the diplomatic initiative and framework that we put forward.
On CNN, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said the deal's a nightmare.
It keeps a vast nuclear infrastructure in place. Not a single centrifuge is destroyed. Not a single nuclear facility is shut down.
The White House says it plans an aggressive effort to sell the agreement to skeptics in Congress. Kenya's military is using air power today to hit suspected al-Shabaab militant sites in Somalia. It's a response to the college attack last week that left 148 people dead, blamed on the al-Qaeda-linked group. When it comes to women performing side-by-side with men in some of the U.S. military's most demanding positions, there are new doubts. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
The Pentagon has until next January to open all combat jobs to women or explain why it can't. And a number of men and some women in the secretive world of special ops fear standards could be lowered and missions compromised to admit women into units even the vast majority of male candidates aren't tough enough for. Special ops directors say they're working to correct misperceptions and address concerns and insist standards won't be compromised. Steve?
It's 4 minutes after the hour.
And good morning. This is traffic on KNX 1070 News Radio. Let's go ahead and go to Jeff Baugh. He's been flying over the West Valley near 1070.
Yeah, we had a bit of a problem here where a truck lost some stuff on the freeway westbound past Valley Circle. Truck's over to the right shoulder. Motor officer just checked. There might be some small stuff, so a little slow coming away from Topanga Canyon.
All right, now if you continue eastbound on the Ventura Freeway, get onto the 134 portion of the Burbank area. Hearing about a ladder that people have hit east 134 at Pass Avenue heading into Burbank. Just want to give you a heads up there. Let's go to Michael Bride, who's flying over the 210 and F-1070.
Yeah, 210 westbound at about Sierra Madre. They've reported a trouble spot. I don't see anything working, but it's a tough drive most of the way from Glendora into Pasadena.
And Mike Bias over the 605-10 interchange line.
Oh, we had an accident here that blocked the end of the transition. South 605 to the west 10 and town of Blaze now. And getting better that west 10 out of Baldwin Park. So far, not too bad toward the 710.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 7:15 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CBSLA.com.
A Delaware man and his two teenage sons are fighting for their lives. They fell ill on vacation last month in St. John, the Virgin Islands. CBS's Jerika Duncan.
The Justice Department is looking into whether the hazardous chemical methyl bromide was being used to spray for pests in a condo dangerously close to where the family was staying. Methyl bromide is used in farming and insect control in the U.S. and is a highly restricted substance, but is not illegal. According to the EPA, high exposure to humans can cause central nervous system and respiratory failure. 3
people were killed, 6 others hurt when a van with 12 inside went off a northeast Georgia interstate this morning and down an embankment. Indiana is stepping up the effort to win back tourists.
Almost 80,000 Hoosiers working in small businesses depend on Indiana tourism. Hoosiers like me.
New radio and TV campaigns are out in the wake of the backlash over the state's religious freedom law. Revisions to it have eased some of the critics, but one tourism official says close to 1,000 emails have been received from people who've canceled trips. Indianapolis, at the center of it all, is the site of tonight's college basketball title game.
It all comes down to one final game, Wisconsin against Duke. Wisconsin center Frank Kaminsky.
This is every kid's dream, playing in the national championship.
The two teams faced each other in December. Duke won by 10 points, but Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski says Wisconsin had some key injuries.
We won the game, but I also knew that Wisconsin wasn't their best.
The odds makers list the game as virtually even. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the National Championship in Indianapolis.
The St. Louis Cardinals shut out the Chicago Cubs 3-0 to open the Major League Baseball season last night. The average opening day salary per player is a record $4.2 million. CBS's Peter King has more on baseball's new look.
This year's changes aren't about shorter games, but rather faster-paced games.
What we're looking for is just a crispness in terms of the play of the game.
Commissioner Rob Manfred tells CBS News countdown clocks for pitchers' warm-ups and new rules for batters should make a difference. AA and AAA leagues are experimenting with a pitch clock. There's even talk of reducing the already long 162-game regular season schedule.
It is a grinding, demanding schedule for players, club personnel, everybody.
Manfred says 154 has been discussed. That's the number of games played before baseball's expansion era.
I do sense a little more receptivity internally than there has been.
Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Some mothers who can't breastfeed their children but want them to get breast milk buy it on the internet. A new study looked into what parents are getting.
1 in 10 of the samples had cow's milk or cow's milk-based infant formula added to them.
Sarah Kime of Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, did the study. Wall Street in the early going, the Dow is up 32 points. NASDAQ is up 7. Time on the roundup, 8 past the hour.
Isn't it time your kids really got to know their favorite animals? Make a play date for an up-close and personal interaction with the animals and their keepers at the San Diego Zoo Play Days, now through April 12th. For details, visit sandiegozoo.org.
You probably just reviewed and turned in your professional report card, your taxes. Well, if you earned all A's, it might be time to turn your commute time into a great time in a new BMW or Mini. This is Peter Boson from South Bay BMW Mini, and we want to help you reward yourself for all your hard work and give you great value for your hard-earned dollar. In fact, with our Match Plus pricing program, we will at least match, if not beat, any warehouse club buying program, newspaper, car research website, or email deal in the state of California on the same equipped model year BMW or Mini. And there's more. At South Bay BMW Mini, you become a VIP and enjoy huge benefits. Check it all out online at southbaybmw.com or southbaymini.com. And when you buy your new car, you get full access to our BMW or Mini geniuses who will help you experience all the great features of your new vehicle. See, we just don't want to deliver on a great price. We want to ensure that you get the best value for your dollar. we won't be beat.
South Bay BMW, South Bay Mini, the newest members of the McKenna European Auto Centers family.
The World News Roundup sponsored by South Bay BMW Mini. Amid the water restrictions, a water main break and a broken sprinkler.
And lots going on today with Metro construction, including handing out checks.
Good morning, I'm Dick Hope.
I'm Margaret Carrero. It's Monday, April 6th. Here's what's happening at 7:09. A water main break in Hancock Park this morning, leaving some neighbors high and dry. KNX 1070's Pete Demetrio live out at 5th Street and Lorraine Boulevard with the latest.
The break has forced a one-block closure of 5th Street from Lorraine west to Windsor. You can see the concrete pavement pushed up about 2 inches. Signs of water and mud which came out from underneath the surface of the roadbed are there. Water is still pouring into nearby storm drains, but at a much lower rate than before. That's because DWP crews managed to shut off some of the feeder lines to this break. However, it's creating some problems for neighbors. One block on either side of 5th Street on Lorraine. Those people are without water. We're in the process of getting an exact count of customers who were affected by the outage. No ETA yet on construction crews. Are going to have to dig at the site and determine just how big the rupture really is. Reporting live in Hancock Park, I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Also this morning, about 1,000 gallons of water wasted when a broken sprinkler flooded a one-story commercial building in the City of Commerce. That happened on Union Pacific Avenue near Gerhardt.
Metro laying the foundations along a couple of lines and laying out the cash as well. KNX 1070's Ed Mertz live in the Crenshaw district with more.
Well, crews have been digging the Lemert Park Station along the Crenshaw line. It's one of 3 so-called big digs, which include the Miracle Mile and near Little Tokyo in downtown L.A. The work on Crenshaw near Vernon has caused traffic jams from time to time, as this woman knows.
Crenshaw has always been hard to go up and down, but now with the construction, it's just a mess. It takes you maybe, an hour or 2 to get from point A to point B trying to get home. You know, cars are everywhere.
Also this morning, crews began driving piles for bridge supports in Inglewood and near LAX. And in 3 hours, Metro hands out $65,000 in checks to small business owners who say their revenues have been hurt by all the Metro construction. Live in the Crenshaw district, Ed Mertz.
Season storm headed our way. Won't do much to ease the drought at all, but about 1/4 inch, maybe a half inch of rain expected to fall in the county tomorrow afternoon. We talked this morning with meteorologist Kurt Kaplan at the National Weather Service. He says we're way behind average.
Since records have been kept since 1877, we have never gone 4 years in a row of less than 10 inches, and that could happen this year.
In fact, we've received less than 7.5 inches thus far.
Police say an 8-year-old boy is hospitalized after he was shot in the head inside a home in Delray.
The child was
mailroom? How many packages are there, Sabrina?
There's like 10 giant boxes.
You know what we should do? We should randomly give away one of the boxes without knowing what's inside. This is somebody who follows us on Facebook or something. You get a random box from our mailroom that's addressed to the morning show. All right, Kelly Clarkson is in the studio this morning at 7:25. Right now, let's do the Battle of Sexes. It is a battle of the sexes. Representing the man, his name is John. He lives in Moreno Valley, works as a carpenter, and enjoys the beach. What's up, John? What's going on, John?
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, man.
Representing the ladies, her name is Angela. She's from Tustin. She works as a database analyst and enjoys time with her friends. Let's hear it for Angela.
What's going on, Angela?
Hi, good morning.
So here's how it works, Angela. I'm going to ask you stereotypical guy questions. John, Jill will ask you stereotypical girl questions. Best out of 3 wins, still tied at the end of regulation. We got to announce a tough tiebreaker question. Let's start with the ladies. The 2015 baseball season starts in what month?
April.
The timid factor from you is hilarious, but yes, April, this month that we're in, is absolutely correct.
John, what is Kelly Clarkson's daughter's first name?
Brittany.
River.
You're playing for tickets to see Kelly Clarkson, by the way, and she's here in studio at 7:25. Current score is 1-0 girls. Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, and Sean Connery have all played what character, Angela?
I don't know.
Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, famous character.
No idea,
character?
sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Would Roger Dalton have done anything for you?
It was Bond. James Bond.
John, Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling star together in what 2004 love story?
The Notebook?
That's right.
Look at you. Current score 1-1. Here's your question, Angela. Craig T. Nelson played Hayden Fox in what 90s sitcom? It's coming back on TV. It was a story just the other day. Craig T. Nelson, Hayden Fox, in a 90s sitcom. And And there were so few made in the 90s, you can take a shot at it.
Is it Coach?
Wow! It is. Congrats, yeah.
Oh.
John, what famous actor's wife is named a mall?
George Clooney.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Nice job. We're tied up. That means we go to a not-so-tough tiebreaker question. Holler at your name if you know the answer. Your name will be your buzzer. Wait until I finish asking the question before you buzz in. How many sides does a typical square have?
John.
Angela.
John.
4.
4 is correct.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Congratulations. Who said kids don't learn something on our show, right?
That's right.
So you got it, buddy. Battle of the Sexes Championship Certificate. Download it as a PDF, printed, hanging on your wall with pride.
I will.
You've also got tickets to see the girl that's coming in here at 7:25 today.
All right, my wife loves her to death.
That is the voice of Kelly Clarkson. You will see her in concert, Staples Center, August 19th. They're on sale now at access.com. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Angela. You played well.
My FM traffic is next.
Hello?
Onto some right shoulder activity. A tow truck pulling up right now. Be careful. He might be moving into the right lane. And South 5 approaching the 134. Same thing. Right shoulder stuff. Be careful.
All right, we talked about the Dodgers versus Padres opening day at 1 o'clock over Dodger Stadium. Mike O'Brien in Air 1070. How's it look?
It looks quiet so far, and it's a little early, that's for sure. So if you're getting an early start, you're going to be okay. I would get out here early, though. That was 1:10 start time. That's going to bring a lot of folks out here in the next couple of hours, that's for sure. But there are a few already starting to kind of camp out along the parking lot. Not in the parking lot, but along the park here. And it should be no trouble getting in at this point.
Yeah, we've been saying that it'll probably get a little crowded around the noon hour. Let's go to Mike Byes in Air 1070. Mike.
605 southbound. Your commute so far is pretty good crossing the 10 and the 60. All the way down here about Washington, you will see some slowing toward the 5. Northbound slow from the 105 to the 5. Then it gets better into Whittier.
And we've been talking about the slowing on the 210 westbound. Very heavy from San Dimas all the way to downtown Pasadena. Westbound 10 also tough from the base of Kellogg Hill with that crash we talked about at the 605 on that transition road. So of the 3, I'm sticking with it. The 60 looking good this morning. It's heavy into Diamond Bar, but once you're west of the 57, not too bad of a drive all the way to downtown. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 7:25 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm CBS 2 Chief Meteorologist Josh Rubenstein. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We've got temperatures into the mid to upper 60s today, a couple of clouds this morning, but hazy sunshine this afternoon. Front pushes through tomorrow, a little light rain through Southern California, 66 for your daytime high. Then a little warmer on Wednesday at 70 degrees, 70 on Thursday. And guess what? We'll keep it consistent, get temperatures just a little warmer there on Friday, 73 to 74 degrees. That's a look at your forecast, where the weekend is always in sight. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Right now it's 55 degrees. When searching for driveway pavers, search Go Pavers.
Loyola Marymount University's Executive MBA is one of Southern California's premier programs designed for accomplished working professionals, offering Saturday-only classes. Earn your accredited MBA degree in just 20 months. LMU's unique onboarding program prepares you to go back to school. Get the most out of your EMBA. Attend an information session on Saturday, April 25th at 10 a.m. Start today. Go to emba.lmu.edu.
As an entrepreneur, you're always on the go. So turn your mobile phone into a business phone system with Grasshopper, the entrepreneur's phone system. Get a new business number or keep your current one. Sound professional with a main greeting and multiple extensions that forward callers to your mobile phone. You can even get voicemails transcribed. Join over 150,000 small businesses who stay connected with Grasshopper. See how it works at grasshopper.com. The entrepreneur's phone system.
There's only one show with enough energy to lift you out of your seat and into music history. Motown the Musical. It's more than a Broadway show. It's a celebration of music that transformed America. Motown the Musical.
Coming to the Hollywood Pantages Theater April 28th through June 7th. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. There's something better about traveling by an Amtrak train. You eliminate the traffic jams, highway congestion, and stopping for gas, and gain the freedom to move, to sleep, eat, and stretch out. Experience the better way, the railway. One-way fares from Los Angeles are as low as $35 to Fresno, $115 to Seattle, and $113 to Portland. Discounts for children and seniors available. Book now at Amtrak.com. Fares subject to availability. Routes, fares, and services subject to change without notice. Restrictions apply.
Each franchise independently owned and operated. Offer good on selected Inspired Drapes and Signature Series product at participating franchises only. Some restrictions may apply.
You're going to love this house. It just came on the market. It's gorgeous inside. Here we are. Oh my gosh, it's stunning. The blinds and drapes on the windows, the rug, the pillows, it's straight out of a magazine. Isn't it incredible? And they didn't even hire a decorator. Budget Blinds did it all without the designer fees. Budget Blinds? Yep, Budget Blinds. They can transform any room in a snap. You get an in-home consultation, and they even do all the measuring and installation. You don't have to lift a finger. I'll take it. The house? No, the number for Budget Blinds. Introducing the new Inspired Drapes collection, exclusively from Budget Blinds. New colors and styles of drapes, shades, blinds, rugs, pillows, and more. Right now, save 15% on the new Inspired Drapes collection and 20% off other window coverings. But hurry, sale ends soon. Call today at 1-800-260-9747. That's 1-800-260-9747. 1-800-260-9747.
Yeah, time 7:20. The Clippers rolled against the Lakers. Here's Randy Cardoon.
Clippers blast the Lakers 106-78 last night. Not a huge surprise that they won, but that everybody on the Clippers, everybody had a big night, apparently was for some.
Oz brought the circle for three. Hey, what happened? He caught it, he shot it, and he made it.
He shocked Brian Seaman on Spencer Hawes' shot on the Beast 980. Dodgers and Padres, Angels at Seattle will open their seasons. They get underway at 1:10 today. Of course, a big change for the Blue. We talked about it last week. Former KNX reporter Todd Lights, the new PA announcer there. 6th full-time PA announcer in Dodger history, following the footsteps or voice tracks of some pretty big names. The original, John Ramsey, from 1958 to 1982. Current Kings radio guy Nick Nixon took over from 1983 to 89, followed by current USC radio guy Pete Arbogast. Then Mike Carlucci from 1994 to 2001. Current Clippers PA guy Eric Smith followed. And today, the Todd Lights era begins. Congratulations to him. It's going to be a big season. Sports, 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Are you or someone you love battling alcohol addiction? Trust me, it's not that easy. But if you're ready to beat alcohol once and for all and go sober, call 1-800-880-SOBER to learn about this breakthrough FDA treatment that's proven to eliminate your alcohol addiction. It only takes 10 minutes and it's covered by most PPO insurance. Take control of your life in 2015 with a simple 10-minute treatment that is covered and endorsed by most PPO health insurance programs. Call 1-800-880-SOBER. Remember the relationships you had with your family and friends? It's time to break your alcohol addiction forever with Sober Medical Solutions. This is not AA or a 12-step program. This is the real deal. Your struggles are over. It's time to go sober. Call 1-800-880-SOBER. They accept most PPO health insurance. 1-800-880-SOBER. 1-800-880-SOBER.
KNX News Time 7:22. Edward Snowden, the NSA whistleblower, he was in the hot seat over the weekend with HBO's John Oliver. So we're going to be discussing that interview that took place again over the weekend. We're going to be speaking with Mashable's chief correspondent Lance Ulanoff. That happens at 7:47 this morning.
Which sort of brings to mind who's looking at your stuff, who's getting into your stuff. Just about everybody's been the object of some kind of a hack attack over the last several years. So what can we do to stop that? Let's see if we can find out if California can stop it. Jackie Irwin, State Assemblywoman from Thousand Oaks, is chairing a joint committee on cybersecurity as it holds a special hearing later on today. She joins us now live. Assemblywoman, good morning to you. If the federal government with all of its resources can't stop these people, how can we expect California to stop them?
Well, obviously we have a lot of work to do, but the state can do things to prevent these cyber attacks and breaches. We need to ensure that we do regular network assessments, and these assessments reveal vulnerabilities that need to be patched up before they're exploited. It's like locking the doors to prevent the break-in. And what we're hearing at the federal level also is that we need to address liability issues regarding the sharing of threat information. Our companies here in California are hesitant to share valuable information because they're unsure of the legal and regulatory regulatory implications. If the legislature can work out a solution, we can create kind of a neighborhood watch program for cybersecurity that creates a lot more secure state, both in the public and private arenas. And finally, I think we really need to look at investing in cybersecurity. According to various reports, the private sector spending on cybersecurity as the share of IT budgets is around 20%, 15% for federal agencies, but state government right now spends only 2%. So there has to be a cultural shift away from the idea that antivirus software will keep us safe, and we need to embrace more active investment.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you then suggesting that the state of California should start spending money more than it is? And if so, where and who would be the recipient of that money?
I think we really need to look at our budget priorities, and it's very important for us. What we're going to be looking at in the hearing today is how departments are setting their priorities. Are they spending enough money in security? And we need to make sure that every state department is making the appropriate investments. You know, you always have to balance the potential loss with the potential investment.
All right, Jackie Irwin there, State Assemblywoman from Thousand Oaks. They're holding that Joint Committee on Cybersecurity meeting later on today to see if we can stop, sort of slow down the bad guys, you might say, particularly when it comes to California as well. KNX News Time 7:25. Your traffic and weather together on the 5s is brought to you by the perfectly powerful peanut. I love peanuts, by the way, and here's Shen.
Overturned car, 710 north of the East 60. This is just popped up. They're saying 3 cars. We could get one of our airborne over that 710 north to the eastbound 60. In fact, they're now saying Caltrans is out there. They're probably going to be shutting down both sides. 710 north of both the east and westbound 60. Let's go to Jeff on here, 1070.
Peanuts and popcorn go together here. The longest ride is to be married at the Pantages Theater here. Hollywood Boulevard shut down this morning. Both directions now, in between Highland and Canard, is going to be their way through the evening, we think. Now, right now, the Highland off-ramp, it's not backed up onto the Hollywood Freeway yet, but approaching the Rose Bowl, just slowed down through Hollywood Boulevard.
Okay, and more for the 710 southbound. They're saying now at Washington, which is south of the 5, south 710 Washington. Got a big rig versus the car blocking at least one lane there. Let's go to Mike Baez in here, 1070 Mike.
We'll go get a look at both of those on the 710. Right now, just got a look at the 405 northbound out of Orange County here, leaving Westminster in good shape. Your commute is great as you make your way to Long Beach, and a little bit of crowding right at Cherry. Otherwise, your northbound commute into the South Bay curve slows right at the 110.
And I got word from Jonathan at our news desk here. Various schools in Orange County out for school this week. LAUSD is out one more day, then they're back tomorrow. So things are a little bit lighter in Orange County. Let's go to Michael Brown in here, 1070.
Yeah, this is getting over Orange County. In fact, noticing the CHP stopping all lanes here on the 91 eastbound approaching the 5 interchange. All lanes being stopped while they try to clear problems out of the left lane.
Power up your breakfast with peanut butter. Just 2 tablespoons deliver 7 grams of energy-boosting protein. Spoon into your yogurt or oatmeal or on sliced apples or right off the spoon. For more from the perfectly powerful peanut, visit nationalpeanutboard.org. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 7:35 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
It's going to be a mostly sunny day, although we do have some clouds around the area this morning, and more of that coming through later on tonight into tomorrow, when we're looking at some rain here in Southern California tomorrow into tomorrow night. 10th today, upper 60s downtown. Right now, 55 degrees there. Santa Monica at 56. And in Canoga Park right now, it's 51 degrees. This portion of the news brought to you by Peterson Dean.
A public memorial service will be held 2 weeks from today for televangelist Robert Schuller. It will be held outside the iconic Crystal Cathedral in Garden Grove, where, of course, he built his ministry. Schuller hosted TV's Hour of Power for 40 years before the church fell into bankruptcy. The church building itself is now owned by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese and called Christ Cathedral. KNX News Time, 7:28.
Have you ever waited in line to buy gasoline because it was cheaper? Well, sometimes that makes sense, right? How long would the line be if it was half off or 2/3 off? Crazy long, because that's a great deal. What are you paying for electricity? On average, you pay 22 cents per kilowatt hour. 22 cents. Solar for America customers pay as little as 7 cents. That's 66% off. It's simple. Right now, you're renting power. You need to own it. Call Solar for America. You can even call while you're waiting in line for gas. You're paying 22 cents per kilowatt hour right now, and rates aren't going down. Owning solar locks in 7 cents for the next 30 years. Well, that's like buying gas at 1980s prices with no lines. Call Solar for America. 844-982-3333. 844-982-3333. Why lease when you can own? Solar for America. Own it. 844-982-3333. California CSLB 468117.
Attention homeowners. I've told you before, and if you missed out, I'm telling you again. Rates are dropping to another historic low. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Lennox Financial. Why pay more if you don't have to? Whether you're buying a home or refinancing, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, no points, no fees. Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. So don't delay. Call us at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save hundreds or thousands of dollars a year. And by the way, Lennox Financial is proud to offer reverse mortgages for our clients over 62. So call us now at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind.
Licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
With over 800,000 parts and accessories available, whether you drive an import or domestic vehicle, you're sure to find exactly what you need at your nearby CarQuest Auto Parts store. Great people, great products, great prices.
Well, the Newswatch never stops. Always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Dick Holt.
I'm Margaret Carrero. Some of our top stories.
Watching a water main break this morning in Hancock Park.
As Governor Brown stands by his decision sparing farmers from mandatory water cutbacks.
It is Monday, April 6th. Here's what's happening now at 7:30.
As we mentioned, that water main break in Hancock Park affecting customers in a nearly 2-block stretch near 5th Street and Lorraine Boulevard. KNX 1070's Pete Demetrio live at the scene with more efforts on how to deal with it.
The break is on 5th Street, west of Lorraine, just east of Windsor Boulevard. You can see not only the water that's still flowing up from the break, but the mud that came up with it. And apparently you can also see a 40 to 50-foot segment of the center of the street that's been raised about 2 inches by the break. The EWP crews have apparently shut down some feeder lines nearby to reduce the water loss, but at the same time that means customers from 3rd...
Crash with an overturned car. Heavy delays for that northbound drive starting at Imperial Highway, looking at the SoCal Honda traffic cam. Southbound side just bunched up from the 60 to about Atlantic, and then from there it does look pretty good as you head out towards Long Beach. We're checking out a problem on the eastbound side of the 91 if you're headed into Buena Park. First, the support is brought to you by Burger King Breakfast. Right now, your favorite breakfast sandwich, the croissant, which is just 2 for $4. Start the day with 2 flaky, light, buttery croissant which breakfast sandwiches for $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. So the 91 freeway eastbound side, just before you get to Beach Boulevard, looks like it's the right-hand lanes that are blocked off. The drive is backed up pretty solid there coming away from Carmenita. Then traffic does bunch up again right at the 57. Westbound side of the 91 looks pretty good, though. No major delays as you leave in Fullerton. Bunches up a little bit Pioneer to the 605, and then from Lakewood Boulevard out towards Long Beach Boulevard. And that's your traffic from the Hopewell SoCal Honda Traffic Center. I'm Tony Jordan, 1043 My FM.
Okay, thank you, Tony. The weather today, partly cloudy, cooler, highs in the upper 60s. Downey has 56. Burbank has 51. Jill has got the gossip coming up.
Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Martin are definitely still dating. I'll tell you where they were spotted over the weekend in less than 15 minutes.
Kelly Clarkson is here. And they told us you had a few folks coming up with you. So Jill had said it was River Rose coming with you because she wants to hold River like Ellen did. And I said, Kelly's not going to let a strange woman she's never met before.
Oh, I let everyone hold her. Thank you. Yeah. They said you wouldn't let me, and I said she would let me hold her.
No, I let people hold her.
Why?
So no, she, you know what, we had a full day of like in and out of the car of like doing work, and so we're picking her up the second half. But because we let her sleep, because it's been kind of a hard week for her too, because she literally goes everywhere we go.
She does.
So it's kind of she travels really well, and we kind of do that on purpose to kind of force her to kind of, you know, I've always been told that, you know, don't morph to their world, morph them to yours.
Right.
So, because we want a good kid that can hang, so.
Well, it's so funny because River Rose is such a part of your life right now. We see her everywhere you go. Because I was trying to think, before Brandon, before the baby, the passion.
My life 180.
It did, it really did. The passion was for your music, and now the passion's for your family, but you're still trying to find the time for the music. How are you balancing that?
You know, I think every mother, I mean, you ask any mother, you love your own identity still. I mean, I love being a part of someone's life and helping mold them. I think that's such a responsibility and can be daunting at times, but like at the same time, it's really rad to be able to like help. And especially like I come from a family I have a little bit of abandonment issues. So just to love something so much and make sure that, you know, she feels so loved in that environment, like that's pretty cool. But at the same time, I think I'm a better person when I still keep my own identity and I still have my own things going on.
Yeah.
You know, I think relationships are like that too. Like Brandon and I, we're so healthy because he has his own life and I have my own life and we complement each other. It's not like we are codependent. I think when relationships start going codependent with children or with your significant other, I think that's when it starts to go poorly.
You have stayed so centered over the years. I don't know, Jill, is this the first time meeting Kelly? Have you met her before? This first time? Okay. Kevin, it's your
Recognize
first
that
time,
hair.
right?
I would have remembered that.
She loves Jill's hair, by the way. You've always stayed so
I didn't even have that when I was pregnant. Like, I didn't have, your hair is amazing. It's like, thank you.
Jill, what do you put in your hair?
Ovation.
Okay, there it is.
Dang.
So I've known
You should
Kelly.
get paid for that. What?
I do.
She does that.
Oh,
She just right there.
I was like, I hope you just got like 15 grand just now. Like,
yeah, 15 bucks. 15 grand. So Kelly I've known since she was a little kid. She used to listen to me when I did a radio show in Texas.
In Texas.
So she's a Burleson girl. She worked at that movie theater with the train that went right behind it by my wife's house.
Yes, it's so crazy.
I know.
McAllister Road, yeah.
And you haven't changed. You're so centered. You're normal, and I still love that about you.
You know what's funny is people say that to me all the time. Even I was on Idol recently, and it was been 13 years, and all the crew, they're like, "You're just always so nice. Like every time you haven't changed." And I'm like, "What are other people like?"
Yeah.
Like, because I don't try.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like trying to be nice. Like, I'm not like like to be like American Idol, America's Sweetheart. It's not like I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, like, are people in general just not likable? Like, I don't understand.
Well, sometimes in Hollywood,
I don't really have famous friends in that.
you keep them out of your life.
No, it's not that I try. I just don't.
Right.
I guess naturally, all my friends aren't famous. Like, they just do normal things.
Right.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's it. It's not like I don't. It's not like I'm like, ooh, famous person. Stay away. It's not like I'm.
Do you get starstruck when you meet certain people, though? I mean,
because I've met like presidents or the Pope or but I was so excited about Lauren Graham.
Oh, yeah.
I was such a Gilmore Girl fan, and then I love Parenthood. Like, when I got to meet her, I was so. I mean, you would have thought I was meeting Aretha Franklin. Like, it was like.
That's funny.
You watched Parenthood?
Yes. I haven't seen. Wait, don't get it. I haven't seen any of the last season.
Oh, you have to watch
I have a baby. It's so hard. the only I fit that in and The Walking Dead, and I'm just caught up. I haven't seen the latest episode of Walking Dead, but I'm.
The
so
finale.
don't you ruin it.
Okay, I haven't seen the Walking Dead finale, so I won't ruin that.
Okay.
But the Parenthood finale, you'll be very happy with
I know everybody keeps talking about it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Take a break. We come back. A chance for you to meet this young lady, Kelly Clarkson, in the studio.
Pretty great clouds hanging over some parts of Southern California this morning. Nothing like we'll see tomorrow, I guess. Let's go live to CBS 2, and here's Josh Rubinstein.
I'm glad you got up and did a little stretching.
Thank you so much for that, yes.
Okay. We had some clouds, yeah. You know what? The clouds will clear out as we make our way through the day. And temperature-wise, we're going to be running a little bit below average. We've got the strong onshore flow, and that's why you're seeing the clouds. Tomorrow, it's rain that we will be seeing, and I think it's going to be basically noon to 5 or 6 in the evening is your best chance for rain as it sweeps across the LA area from basically west to east. A tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, not a big rainmaker at all, but since we haven't seen rain in a long time, I think you're going to notice it. We've got temperatures that'll warm up towards the end of the week. Right now, 55 degrees in Southgate. I've got 37 degrees up in the Angeles National Forest and 45 degrees in Palmdale. I'm CBS 2 Chief Meteorologist Josh Rubinstein with your exclusive forecast for KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX News Time 7:37. President Obama is launching an aggressive campaign to sell the Iran nuclear deal to Congress. Now, the president doesn't need the approval of lawmakers to finalize that deal, limiting Iran's nuclear program, but they could make that goal pretty difficult for the president.
This is still a framework. Between now and July comes the tough part, negotiators hammering out all of the technical details of the deal. The president will use that time to